joined this Ramakrishna Order in 1977 officially, but actually in 1976. And then I went to visit a place, an ashrama in Cherrapunji, that is in the northeastern region of India. And it's a hilly place, as a beautiful ashram, school. And when Swami was sitting, I saw and I got impressed. Then I went to the Swami, and Swami suddenly, he told, so why unnecessarily loitering like this? Why don't you become a monk and serve the people, as Swami Vivekananda said?
Okay, Father.
As I felt as if I was waiting for that call. So I decided, so 1976, I joined, then slowly through the training as it goes, then afterwards, I was giving charge in Andaman in 1991, and I was there after 2000, 1999, and in 2000 I went to another place in Arunachal Pradesh, and there I was up to 2012, and 2013 I came to Chicago. I joined over here. This is going on that much. And in between, so many other type of work. The Ramakrishna Mission, as they always, I was in the publication department, but they sent me for the relief work in Odisha, in Bengal, in Assam, in different places. So relief work also I did. I saw the people suffering, and I saw how, even in that suffering, how that humanity is surviving in them. That was really the wonderful. And I was in mixing with different type of, in the Ramakrishna Mission, you get the opportunity to mix with everyone. So I saw those people who are so-called illiterate and poverty-stricken people. And at the same time, I met the BK builder, JP builder, and all these very rich people. And I had the opportunity to meet the person like Pranab Mukherjee, the then President of India, and the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and Prime Minister, other Prime Ministers, and different. So different type of people I saw, and I that experience, different type of experience. All people are really good, but we have to give the only directions. That's all. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna has come, and in this life, and particularly this is the time, there is the combination. Varieties will be there. The language, linguistical variety, cultural variety, religious variety will be there. But that is the strength of humanity. That is exactly what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said. But our goal is happiness. We have to reach to that happiness. And why happiness? We will come to that. But before that, let us chant from a very wonderful mantra. That is what called the Sanatana Dharma teaches us. So I start from here. Sarvastaratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarvasad buddhimapnotu, sarva sarvatra nandatu. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvastaratu durgani, let everyone be free from any anxiety, any problem. Sarva bhadrani pashyatu, let everyone see positiveness in others also. Sarva sat buddhim apnotu, the positive thinking, positive thought, let everyone have that. And then ultimately, sarva sarvatra nandatu, let everyone be happy. Wherever they are, let everyone be happy. This is the prayer. When we are praying for everyone. Why? Because it was experienced that if anyone in any corner of the world is unhappy, that person can make everyone in the world unhappy. So that is the reason everyone should be happy. But very peculiarly, because of the nature, because of the selfishness, we always think, let me be happy, let us be happy, let others suffer. Whole history, the 10,000 years of whole history, you see a group of people, first in an individual, he's thinking I should be happy and others should suffer. And then a group of people suppressing others and thinking we should be happy and others should be unhappy, but no one can become happy. But suddenly someone in these, they will come up and they will not only become happy themselves, they will go door to door, the hamlet to hamlet, village to village, to propagate how one can become happy. Bhagavan Buddha, he said, happiness never decreases by being shared. Many other things may decrease, but it is only the happiness. If you go and share your happiness. So friends, today we will discuss about you. But the question is, why we're discussing about the happiness? Why not unhappiness? So that is also the question, that why we are constantly thinking about the happiness. Each and every one of us, whatever we do for the happiness. So our first discussion will be, why happiness? And second, what is happiness? Third, how many types of happinesses? Fourth, how to achieve happiness? And fifth, how to be happy always. These are the 5 steps that we will follow in today's discussion. So why happiness? You know that there is if you make a salt doll, it will be salty only. If you make a sugar doll, it will be sweet only. So happiness is our cause. From the happiness only we are born, we are created out of happiness. And that is why we cannot be but happiness. That's why from the whole life, if we see, we'll see that we are pursuing only for happiness. One after another, small targets we fix in our life and we try to achieve that. But the back of the mind, we always say we should be successful. But why? Because happiness. That is the main thing. So I was telling some people, then all through my life, I'm a little hefty, you can see now. So it is like this. So in our school days, the school sports, I used to give name the competition, like the 100-meter sprint and 200-meter run, like this. And I'll be running as fast as possible for me. But my friends will go complete that goal and then come back again to inspire me. He went and became fast or second and came back, and he was again running along with me, inspiring, well, go on. Then my elder brother was shouting at me, you can't run fast and you can never become the fast, etc. I told, see, my goal is not to become fast or second. Happiness. I am in the group. I'm not sitting outside the arena. I am running with them. I am enjoying. People are also clapping that I am the participant. My goal is happiness. And after running, I am happy. And I achieved my goal. The small little thing that they are giving, that is hanging to that time, taking the photograph. After that, where is the photograph and where is that the thing? Nothing is there. How many of us can remember that what we achieved in the school days? Some people, they keep it, mothers, they will be remembering the son, they got these and that. But ultimately, it is nothing. Happiness is the goal. We should do each and everything only for happiness. I see, particularly in America, that's called the bikers, they call. The very well-built people, all over the body tattoos, and they all going over there. Poor, poor people, they can't cover their body because so many wonderful tattoos are there. Who will see? So even in the cold, so they have to keep their body bare so that people can watch the tattoos and maybe appreciate and all that. So why happiness? All over the body tattoo means you can imagine how painful it is. And he bore that pain only to be happy, thinking people will appreciate by seeing that happiness. Anything and everything that we do only for happiness. But why? Because happiness is our source. Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayanti. I go back to the Upanishad, and in the Upanishad it says, Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayanti. Truly, khalu means truly, Ananda eva, from Ananda, from joy, from happiness, from peace, all these beings are created. And in the beginning, there was nothing but that consciousness which can be expressed as happiness. So the rishis, after realizing that truth, they could give us a hint, and they said, Sat Chit Ananda. What is Brahman? They gave the name Brahman. Without a name, we cannot imagine. Without a form, we cannot think. So name and form are necessary. So they gave the name Brahman. What is that Brahman? Brahman means all-pervading consciousness. It is consciousness. And the devotees, another group of people, they gave Vishnu. What is the Vishnu? Vistareti Vishnu. That is all-pervading again. So that is the way we always think the Vishnu or the Brahman, and from that everything has come. There was nothing two. If there was a two, conception of two, that there will be clashes. And if the clashes are there, there will be destruction. They will find some of the philosophies, they're a little bit confused because God means always good. Then where from the bad thing came? So on that point, they say it is from the devil, from the Satan. But if the Satan was there, devil was there already with the God, there'll be clashes. Someday, devil may vanquish, may kill God. Can God die? It is not possible. So the Hindus, they say, no, it is only one. And in the beginning, only one was there. And where from the bad came? From that one. So this, we will go slowly. So our question is, why happiness? Because happiness is our source. Unless and until we get happy, we become happy, it is of no use becoming the President of America. Suppose you become the President of America or the Prime Minister of India or that highest post, and covetous post, and people think I should be like this and like that. Then afterwards, you cannot sleep in the night. It is so much of pain. Then what is there in becoming that? So happiness is the goal. When we are young, all the time, the parents and in our society, particularly in Indian society, they will always say, you have to be somebody in the society. You must study well, and then only you will get the car. And in Bengali, they used to say that Porashuna kare je gari ghora chore she. So maybe many of you can remember. So all the time our grandmothers, they used to say, if you are studying well, then only you can. Now, why? That is not the goal. Goal is to be happy. So we have to teach our children to be happy. Now, this is why happiness, because it is our source. Nimitta karana, upadarana karana is Brahman. This is intellectual cause and the material cause. Both are Brahman. And what is that Brahman? As I just said, it is Ananda Sharupa. That's why in the Taittiriya Upanishad, the very famous Upanishad says, Anandeva khalu imani bhutani jayante. And from the Ananda only they are all born. Now, friends, let us go into a little philosophy, the Bada of creation, how things were created. That is the thing all the time, all philosophers, they're trying to answer. And philosophy means you have to give three answers. Who is the creator? What is this creation? And what is the relation between the creator and the creation? These three things must be answered, and then only it will be a philosophy, a darshan. So it says Arambhavada, doctrine of origination. And it is in the Yoga Vasishta. Not that directly it is Yoga Vasishta, but when we were discussing, we discussed about the Arambhavada. Thing was not there. Vaishashika and also the Nyaya, they support this. Thing was not there, but suddenly it came. Like in those days, the easy thing that they could imagine is the earthen pot. Earthen pot was not there, but ingredients were there. So from that ingredient, earthen pot was made. So ingredient was there already in that supreme consciousness. And from that, he created or it created this universe with so many varieties. So that is called Arambhavada. Anything that has a beginning, there is going to be end. So sometimes, I'm not entering into that. So because of that, it is not very popular. This philosophy, this conception is not very popular. Second come Parinamavada. From one, it becomes the other. Like the milk become yogurt. So Brahman was there, Atman was there, God was there, and from that, this world, this universe has come. That is also a defect is there. So Parinamavada means the complete transformation. In that case, God is exhausted in making this universe. So after creating this universe, there is no God. Can that be? No, it is not possible. Third comes, and that is highly appreciated and accepted by many, is called Bibhartavada, as is propagated by the Shankaracharya. And it says that it appears like that. It is not true, but it appears like that. Then when it is appearing like that, so that is say that we see that is there, but in reality it is not there. Mirages. So we see the mirage. The mirage, everything is there, but in reality it is not there. So we see a snake on a rope. No question of snake on that, but the only simple rope was there. We superimposed the snake conception on the rope and we were frightened. This is all common experiences. From that it says, it is Bibhartavada, doctrine of phenomenal appearance, but not real appearance. And finally goes to Ajatavada. And this phenomenal appearance, as because it is not there, a group of people, the Shankaracharya's guru's guru, he said nothing was there. So this is, in brief, in short, the creation. We are created. Who created us? Consciousness. How he created? Through his power. What is its power? Shankaracharya termed it as a Maya. So what is this Maya? It cannot be explained, but it can be felt because of the work, because of its different results. So, but it has three qualities, Sattva, Raja, and Tama. These three qualities are there. So when these three qualities are there, so from there, it goes to in creation, and these three qualities are present in us. And that is why when you say how many the types of happinesses are there, we will be discussing that. How many ways of happinesses? And three different types of happinesses come, but in a small definition, if we like to give, what is happiness? Satisfaction comes, happiness comes, joy comes when our desires are fulfilled. I want to become a doctor, And the day I graduate, I get the certificate, then I become so happy. I am successful. I like to become an engineer. I like to achieve this. I like to achieve that. And all the when one after another, I am reaching out and all the desires are satisfied, then I am very happy. Any single small little desire, when not satisfied, I'm unhappy. Then what is happiness? When my desire is fulfilled. What is unhappiness? When the desire is not fulfilled. So it depends on what? Desire. Now, if we have some desire which is impossible to achieve, I'll remain unhappy. On this point, we will come afterwards, how to be happy always. But one after another, slowly, if we are going, we can find that this goes on. Why this happiness? Because our source is happiness. And why? What is this happiness? Because our desires are fulfilled. How many types of happinesses are there? Just we got that the hint that we are created by the God's power, the Supreme Being's power. And that power is called Maya. And the Maya has three qualities. And one is Sattva, the second is Raja, and the third is the Tama. Sattva, Raja, Tama, these three qualities are there. According to those three qualities, we get this. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, we find the Sukha in the 17th chapter. It says that Sukha, what are the Sukha? Yattad agre bishamiva pariname amritopamam tat sukham satikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Sukha, the satisfaction of the happiness, are three types. And everything is based on our desire. And if this desire to achieve something very good, then what happens? Yattad agre bishamiba. In the beginning, it is very terrible. And previously people used to drink very bitter type of medicine. But when you are taking that medicine, it is so bitter, so difficult to swallow. But at the same time, if you can do that, you are cured. The monastic life also, in the beginning, it is so hard, so bitter. Each and every time, discipline, discipline, discipline. All that within your mind, you cannot achieve that, you cannot go for that. All this is to be all the time there. So that is agre in the beginning, bishamiva, like the poison. It's so terrible to accept. But if you continue that, then your goal will be the happiness, and that is called Satika Sukha. The three types of Sukha are the happinesses are there. That is called Satika. That is good happiness. And that happiness is declared to be Swatika, born of completely due to the self-realization, the intellect become tranquil. That is called the Satika Sukha. So I remember that incident, and I quoted it in many places, that when we were in Brahmacharis and in training center in Belur Math, this Durga Puja time, the three of us got the responsibility to collect the donation. Well, many people, they come, we have to collect donation. So small group, Brahmacharis used to sit in different places. We were sitting in front of the revered Bharat Maharaj room, office room. The Bharat Maharaj is very famous. Many people, they know. Indira Gandhi grew up with like that. Indira Gandhi's mother used to come and leave the little daughter, the Indira Gandhi, to Bharat Maharaj, and she used to go to the shrine for meditation, all that. The Bharat Maharaj was very famous. But he was not that way educated. Between those days, they were very patriotic. So 4 friends, Bharat Maharaj and other 3, they went to fight against the Britishers. And then afterwards, they were chased by the police. And they went and entered into some Ramakrishna Mission. Then ultimately, the Ramakrishna Mission took them and changed their names. Ram, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. So 4 names, and they were posted in 4 different places. So police cannot. This is our Bharat Maharaj, who was in Advaita Ashrama. But he developed wonderful knowledge in Vedantic knowledge, this Bharat Maharaj. He did it long tapasya in Himalaya. In that office, the 3 people were talking with the Bharat Maharaj, meeting him. One is our Suchitra Sen. And Suchitra Sen, she was a glamorous lady, and people know that if people knew that Suchitra Sen is here, they would have come out from the temple to see the Suchitra Sen, then to the Mother Durga. So that was the Suchitra Sen who was there, and very, very strong writer, Borun Sen Gupta. He was in Anandabajar. He used to write against the government, and a very strong writer, Barun Sen Gupta, another governor of Punjab or something like that. I forgot. So these 3 were there. And just in front of the door, we were sitting with a table. Then suddenly one young boy came and asked, why you people have become monastic, accepted this monastic life? And in that confusion, hundreds of people are coming. We are collecting the donation, issuing the receipt. And then he suddenly asked this question. Then I gave that answer. And afterwards, I became happy that I could give that answer to him. I showed this. This is the room. Inside the room, there are 3 people there, which actually people they want. One is beauty, name, fame, popularity. Another is intellectual power. And third is Raja Shakti. There's the power to govern. All these 3 are sitting before a person who in beauty is absolutely not. He in the dark complexion and not at all good looking. So that was Bharat Maharaj. And second, he was not at all educated, only up to class 10. And he was not having any power in the ruling and etc. But still, why these 3 people, successful people, they have come to meet him? There must be something this gentleman is having, this sannyasi is having, which the other 3 are not. What is that? Happiness, that tranquility, that joy. These 3, though they are successful in their own fields, but still happiness is not there. To become happy, we have become monk. So that was the answer I gave. And then more I grew older, more I realized that is true. Happiness is the goal. And what type of happiness? Satika happiness. Another happiness is Rajashika. In that it says, they are helping people, supporting people. But every time they like to announce, I have done it, I have done it, I have done it. That is called Rajashika. I am not quoting from the Bhagavad Gita, time will be short. So this is called the Rajashika. They are doing good thing, but at the same time, bad thing is there. What is the bad thing? Ego, tremendous ego. And the political people are also doing good to the people. But at the same time, they will say, hey, don't forget that I have done it. So they will always send their name and their photos, and they will go on reminding him that this is the time I did this, that. That is called Rajasika Sukha. The people will say, this gentleman has done this for us, and he is having that. So that is called Rajasika. And Tamasika Sukha, happiness by torturing others, creating problem for others, insulting others. That is also happiness. Not the person who is doing it, he's suffering after beating a person or killing a man or robbing of. Do you think the robber is crying? No, he is boastful and very enjoying and celebrating that I could go and fight with this many people, kill two. So that is the way they are very, very happy. So that is called tamashika happiness. Friends, we are discussing about the happiness, but there are three types of happiness. The choice is ours. What type of happiness we should choose. So that is why Swatika happiness, Rajasika happiness, Tamasika happiness. And for the reminder, each and every happiness is having a desire at the back of it. If the desire is there, then only the question of this happiness and calm. So this happiness is there, and now we will talk about the Satika happiness. We are not going to talk about the Rajasika or the Tamasika, because the Satika happiness is that happiness which comes directly from the Supreme Lord, and it is permanent happiness. All other achievements like becoming successful in the professional life, in education, in wealth, in name and fame in the society, all are very temporary. A time will come, even that person, God forbid, may forget that he is a rich man, may not remember his own name, may not remember his family. So that type of, sometimes those diseases that come, and I went to somebody's house, the son was so good, he was taking care of the mother so well. The mother could remember the sannyasi. When I entered, she was so happy, the very elderly lady. And she told, hey, this is a sannyasi, touch his feet, do pranam. Then again, immediately she told to her son, who are you? How you entered into my room? So that was apparently funny thing. But then I was thinking, my God, this lady, she was praying to God to have a child, have a son. And then when she got the son, how she was taking care of the son. So many long years. And the trial, the suffering that she went through as a mother just to help that boy to grow up. Now she was very happy when the boy was successful. Now at this moment, she cannot remember that this is her son. It happens. Always happened before us. But we don't actually register it, remember it. And we forget, and we like to forget it. So what is the happiness? When I was thinking that I should marry, I should have a son, the son should be successful, when one after achievement is coming, I was getting the success, but ultimately, that happiness is no happiness. So Rajasika, Tamasika happiness cannot be the goal of the human life. Satika happiness, it remains all through. Even at the moment of your death, when you are apparently in coma, you cannot remember anything, but you remember your God. You remember your consciousness because of the practice. And this practice called tapasya. These practices are called austerity. What are these austerities? And there are three types: Sharidah, the Bachika, and Manasika. These are the three different types. In Bhagavad Gita, again, it is in the 17th chapter and the 14th verse, Deva, Dija, Guru, Pragya, Pujanam, Shaucham, Arjabam, Brahmacharya, Ahimsa, Shariram Tapa Uchate. This is called Sharira Tapa. Physically, you have to practice that. What is? Deva, Dija, Guru, Pragya, Pujanam. You should respect the devatas, the gods, Dvija, the people who are educated people, the knowledgeable people, Guru, those who are helping you, like the teachers, parents, and also spiritual teacher. And you should be neat and clean physically and mentally. and brahmacharya ahimsa. And inside the mind, you should always be humble. Never ever the thought of hitting others, creating problem for others should cross your mind constantly. And that is called the austerity of the body and austerity of the speeches. Anudvega karam vakyam, satyam, priya, hitam chayat, swadhyaya, abhyasanam chaiva, bangmaya tapa uchate. Friends, to achieve something, to get something, we must do something. We cannot, nothing can come from the sky. We have to work hard, then only. And what you are doing, chastising yourself, what we are doing, chastising ourselves. How? Physically. Then, bhachika, that is dangerous. I have seen the people are so good. They're going to temple regularly, offering the fruits and sweets and donations to the God and working in the temple, but going on criticizing others. Cannot work with others. And that is called, and they will be using some words which really very pungent were, and that is so difficult to bear with them. So people like to avoid them. The acoustic tongue, they whatever they speak, and that is so, the way they say, the mother said, the bhachika tapasya, the austerity of the speech. So you have to control. You should not say anything. And I have seen in this country, particularly in America, I am here in 7 years. Of course, very few people I mix because I don't go to offices, I don't go to market, not many people, but whomever I meet, the Americans, very courteous. Wherever I went, the moment you are just meeting, you are just having the eye contact, immediately he or she will smile, nod, hey, how are you? Something they will say. And if they are not liking you, that also they will express in a very nice way, not hurting others. So this is called bhachika tapasya. They may be having many other defects, but this by nature and by education, in the whole society. But in our society, they are good people, genuine people, but no bhachika tapasya. When they talk in a, one couple came to visit me in Andaman, husband and wife, and they were having 2 children, one daughter and a son. Daughter was aged, both of them, they were studying in grade 4 or 5, something like that. But she was 1 or 2 years older than the boy. Now, when we, naturally, in our country, we ask which grade you are studying when you see the children. And the boy said 4. And that girl, she was very feeling shy. And she also slowly, she was not ready to answer, but somehow she said 4, grade 4. One gentleman was sitting by my side, immediately said, oh, you must have failed 1 or 2 times, isn't it? It was not necessary to say like that. And I'm sure that little girl will never be able to appreciate the monks, because the bitterness that only the tongue could not control. Afterwards, I told that why you have to say that? It is obvious. And she, another physical she was telling, I don't like to say it. You need not to force her. So this is called bhachika tapasya. Friends, most of the time, unknowingly, we speak in such a way, or maybe not directly on the face, telling other people and making a gossip, dangerous for our spiritual life, dangerous for our spiritual growth. So why we cannot achieve happiness? Because we do not know the loopholes. We don't plug those holes. And we are taking names of God. We are repeating the names of God, chanting Bhagavad Gita, and listening to the talk of the great Swamis. But why we are not developing in spiritual life? Because we don't know, as the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, you are putting the water in that jar, but there are small, small holes. All the time water is going out. These are the holes we have to plug. Otherwise, we won't be able to collect the goodness of the spirituality. We are doing, but it is going out. So this is anudbega karam bhakyam. One should not speak the harsh words. Then ultimately it comes manaprasadat saumyatam maunam atma vinigraha bhava samsuddhi ittetat tapa manasa uchyate. The physical tapasya, then speech tapasya, and then it comes manasa, the mentally. What is that? Manaprasada. All the time you have to suggest yourself, oh, I'm very happy. No problem for me. I'm always happy. Whatever I have got, that was actually I'm supposed to get. I'm very happy. So mainly in Bengal, in India, they'll be showing Kapala. Everything is written in your Kapala. That means the past karma. Kapale lekha ache ki korbo. Like that they say, we are already having, because of our past karma, it is already there. My friend is getting the success. Even if I become very jealous and I cry every day, go on complaining to everyone, am I going to be the success that as my friend is having? No. So who is suffering? By being jealous, who is suffering? Myself. So that is called manaprasadat. You have to purify the mind. To be happy, these are the tips. These are the way we have to be happy. So manaprasadat saumyatam. What is the saumyata? Tranquility. Some problem is there. Oh, what to do, what not to do, like that we all. Then ultimately, well, forget about it. What will happen, happen. Let me go and sleep. That is called soumya. That's called tranquility. The mind is. So I have tried my best. What else I can do? Unnecessarily in anxiety, and it's not necessary. So you have to have the mastery over your mind. So it is said like that, bhava samsuddhi. And in the thinking capacity, in the thought, always, every time, you should think like a mother, like a father. Whoever is approaching you, whatever is happening, suppose this is my son, how I am going to react? Suppose this is my daughter, how I am going to react? When I see somebody's daughter is doing something bad, we go on whispering, do you know, do you know, do you know? Suppose that daughter, that girl is my daughter, what will happen to me? Can't I feel like that? Suppose somebody's son is not successful and he'll be boasting. Today morning, one phone call came, he was telling that, you see, my son and daughter are the best. And others I don't see. Others means that his brother's children, I don't see anything good in them. I will try to see good in them also. So like this, it goes on. So we find fault with others because we think they are not my own. Friends, you are the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sarada Vivekananda. That famous word of Ma Sarada, I think you all remember, don't find fault with others. Because all of them are your own. How? Because the same God who has created us, who has created me, he has created them also. We all belong to the same. And that is called manaprasada. The mind is always happy and tranquil wherever you are. From my own experience, I can say, when they sent me to Andaman, nearly 21 Swamis came to see me off. And I was so happy. I was that time very young. So 1991, I was sailing in a big ship. And nowadays nobody see the sheep. So all they came to see the sheep. What is the sheep? So not for me. That I realized afterwards. So then afterwards, when the ship started sailing, all they were waving hands and then turned and they left. No one was waiting for me. And afterwards, I started, when it was on the mid-sea, nothing you can see except the water. Nothing. Not even the birds. Only water, water everywhere. And then it was a choppy sea. The people were feeling sick. The seasickness, oh, terrible experience. Then I was going on telling myself, see, this is an adventure. Many people, the Americans and Europeans, they go for this adventure by paying so much of money. And the Thakur has given me this opportunity to enjoy. So why should I be unhappy? I enjoyed all through. Reaching over there, I found there is no money in the bank. And there were 50 orphan children I have to take care. So that was a terrible situation. Someday we'll sit and discuss about that. It's a real big story. But every day I used to think, everyone is living comfortably, but I am experiencing those experiences that in the beginning of the organization, Swami Vivekananda, Turiyananda, Brahmananda, all the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, they used to have. We only read because there is no food, but still they used to meditate, they used to do the japa, and they used to go for begging. I am experiencing that thing. So I am so blessed. And one thing always that is to go in my mind, Swamiji said, think yourself blessed because you have been chosen for this cause. Anyone could be chosen. God can do it through anyone. But I got the opportunity to do it. I was so happy in Andaman. And afterwards, all success came. And then I was thrown to that inside the jungle. There also, it was so happy. I made a small hut, and by the side of a river. And I used to call it the Devani Khas and Devani Arm. There's two places. One is my office, that is Devani Arm, that all people can come. But that by the side of the river, Devani Khas. No one can come, only I will sit. I used to meditate, I used to take coffee. I enjoyed that. In that deep jungle, no one was there around. But I was so happy. From my experience, friends, of course, I tried and the blessings of God also came. I was so happy. And I can tell you, it is possible. Wherever, in whatever situation, just feel happy and tell Mother, Mother, you like to see me suffering? You like to see me crying? Okay, no problem. If my tears make you happy, I will cry. If my suffering make you happy, I will suffer. And don't blame others. No one can give us anything. Only it is the Mother. It is that in her hand. And know for sure, Mother is so compassionate, so full of love. When she will realize that you are really suffering, but not complaining, she will take care of you. So friends, this is now let us go to the ultimate, to the condition. And we were discussing about how to achieve the happiness. So by tapasya, then ultimately we come to how to be happy always. And that Vedanta can only teach you. No one else. Only Vedanta can teach you how to be happy. Friends, I will quote from the Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra Samhita, and it says, Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam. Very simple Sanskrit. Sarva Bhuteshu cha Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani, Vigyaya Nirahamkaro Nirmamastvam Sukhi Bhava. If you want to be eternally happy, these are the key words. First is Sarva Bhuteshu Cha Atmanam. All the beings, Bhuteshu means beings, all beings are nothing but your own. Remember the Mother Sarada Devi's teaching. All beings are your own. Then Sarva Bhutani Cha Atmani. And all they belong to that Atman only, because except the Atman, except the Brahman, nothing is there. Bigyaya, not only Gyaya, Gyaya means knowledge. Bigyaya means realizing it. The knowledge and realization are two different things. Sometimes they say knowledge and wisdom. Bigyaya means you have experienced it, felt it. So that is called Vigyana. Vigyaya, Nirahamkara, be free from ego. And Nirmamatvam Sukhi Baba. Nirmama, I have nothing to do in this world because this world belongs to that Supreme God. The Na Mama Iti, it doesn't belong to me. That is called Nirmama. And Nirahamkara, how can I be egoistic? Because I do not know what is going to happen next moment. So that is, our ego will come down. So when I say, oh, I am this, I am that, and I go to bed, God forbid, next morning I cannot get up. Something has happened. One side is paralysis and all this. So many times happening. But we don't learn. That is called Maya. And if we learn from life, we can understand it is unnecessary to become egoistic. Anything can happen anytime to anyone. So that is the way, if we can think, so that is the best way to be happy. What will happen? You will become totally detached. You are living. You are living with everyone. And you are associated with everyone. But at the same time, you're not tied up with anyone. So that is the secret that Ashtabhakra Samhita, it teaches. Then in the Yoga Vasishta also, the same type of teaching the Yoga Vasishta teaches. It says, Sarvam ekam idam shantam, adi madhya anta barjitam, bhava abhava vinirmuktam, iti gatva sukhi bhava. Be happy, O Rama, be happy that there is only one thing that exists, and that is called the Brahman. And what is this Brahman? Sarvam ekam idam shantam. It is only, everything is nothing but the one. You see the various things, various beings, but actually this is only one. Adi Madhya Anta Barjitam. It has no beginning, no middle, no end. It is eternal. Bhava Abhava Vinirmuktam. It was there, it won't be there. It is nothing like that. It is always there. Iti Gatva. Knowing this, Sukhi Bhava. I was born on such and such date and time, etc. Most of the people, they say happy birthday. But on that birthday, they are not happy at all because they have not got the gift. They are also unhappiness. So I told, at least when you are telling it is happy birthday, so at least today you become happy. So this is the way people always behave. What is that happiness? Oneness, if you feel one. And Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this Sanatana Dharma, this Hindu religion, it teaches everything is nothing but you. So when we think in that broad way, and we become really Binir Muktam, we are completely free and we become Sukhi. And let us conclude with the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. He said that you must go to the holy people. And who are the holy people? How you will understand who is holy? Only two criteria, and that is the yardstick to understand a holy person. He will never become selfish and he will love everyone. Just because these people are my group, so I will love. If that is so, he is not holy. He is trying to be holy. But when a true, original, real person, in Sri Ramakrishna, you find, he is going to the Muslim, a Muslim gentleman, he was praying, and the Sri Ramakrishna went and embraced. He was a Brahmin in those days in Calcutta. And he got down from the carriage and he ran and embraced that Muslim. Oh, he is calling God and sincerely calling. But that is Hinduism. That is Sanatana Dharma. And that is called a true religion. So he is teaching us in this way. So if we have to, Sri Ramakrishna said in this, that we have to understand this. Friends, this is the way we should develop. Ma Sharada said, don't find fault with others and try to see fault with yourself so that you can develop slowly, slowly. Oh, why these people are talking like this? That means I must be having these defects. So let me rectify. So I am becoming better and better. And Swami Vivekananda said, can you help others without any expectation? Is it genuinely? How to help? Through prayer, through monetary gift or other things, and through physically going and serving. So 3 different ways we can help. But when we help, we should not think that this is my possession. Sometimes we feel very difficult. Then some of the ladies, the mothers, they like us and they will cook and they will come, but they won't allow anybody else. The Swamiji like my cooking only. Who said we like everyone's cooking? But they always think in this way. And it goes on talking, thinking, and doing good things. Only the attitude is grabbing attitude, controlling attitude, and going away from God. This we should remember. Thank you, friends. So at 7 o'clock, I have to go another class, 7:30 to 8:30. I should say that I'm so happy that I could share my views on happiness with you all. And I pray to the Divine Mother. Today is Panchami in America, and now it is Shashti in India. So today, I pray to the Divine Mother, the source of all happiness, to give us happiness and true understanding. Jai Mahamai ki Jai. Jai Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.